to Conversations with Our Kids for January 21st, 2023. My name is AJ, your host for today's edition of our show.
And I am Amira, also your host for today. We have an exciting show for you today. On today's show, we have a professional photographer and owner of Blue Torch Productions, Mr. Smith. Welcome to Conversations with Our Kids. How are you doing today, Mr. Smith?
I'm doing great, Amira. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Azan.
Hello.
I think we should get to know each other before we start interviewing you. So we are going to do an icebreaker. We will all pick at least 2 questions from the board and answer the questions ourselves. I will go first, then AJ, then Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith. That sounds so old.
If you would pick 3 animals to put together and create a new animal, which animals would you pick and what would it be called?
Wow, these are tough. These are really tough.
Yeah. I'll just go with the cute animals.
Okay.
I'll just start picking the cute animals. Kittens.
Uh-huh.
Dogs.
True. But I like puppies. And baby pandas.
Baby panda.
Ooh.
It's so specific. It's like baby pandas. Like it has to be the baby one.
Yeah.
So what would it be called? A panda, kitten, and a puppy. Oh wow.
That was quick.
That was swift.
I have no idea.
A bobcat? I don't know.
So I guess.
Oh, so she has 2.
Yeah.
Okay, great, super. Go ahead, Amir.
I'll just go on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to create a nickname for yourself, what would it be? Well, I would pick Princess.
Princess. Oh, that's a good nickname. All right.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
This is honest.
Brush my teeth and play Roblox.
Wow, the first thing you do is play a game. Okay. Roblox. This is the second time today I've heard that word.
If you could ask your favorite celebrity one thing, what would you ask? Autograph.
You just. That is smart. Okay, so it's my turn. I have to choose 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what it is. All right, let's dig in here. Hopefully I get an easy one. All right. What instruments do you play or do you want to learn? I don't play any instruments, but my voice, so I could like beatbox maybe. Okay. And what I would love to learn though is, you look so surprised. I would love to learn to play the guitar. I think that would be awesome.
I have a guitar.
Oh, you do? So you play it?
Not really.
No.
I still use it sometimes.
My mom plays guitar really well, actually, but I guess she never really passed that on. Okay, so the next one is, if you had a robot to help you with school, but it could only do one task, what would it do? If you had a robot to help you with school, but it could only do one task, what would it do? But I don't go to school.
I think that was supposed to be.
I think that was supposed to be for you guys.
Yeah.
But if I was back in school, what would that robot do? Summarize all the books. I think that would be the most helpful. Like if I could get a robot to read the books and then just give me the summary.
What about homework?
But you see, that sounds like such a complicated task. It's like, how do you say, do my homework, draw? I guess maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, that's probably a better use of a robot. All right, and that's, wow. Okay, that was
Quick
interesting.
round.
We have 2 rounds.
Oh, it's 2 rounds.
Yes.
I think I put mine back in. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, if we see it, then we just ignore it. Second
What's
round.
something you have in common with the person next to you? Being on Win FM.
Oh, boom! Shakalaka. I love it. That's brilliant.
If you were a famous person, what would you be famous for? Singing.
Singing.
I would be because of football player. I love football.
Oh, you love football?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrible at football. Go ahead. Singing. So you sing now?
I don't sing a lot.
Okay. You don't sing a lot, but you'll be famous for singing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's aspirational. I like it.
Would you rather play sports or watch them play sports?
Of course. Of course. That was a no-brainer, Mr. Football Player.
Which cartoon character do you wish was real? Lincoln. It's from Loud House.
What?
Oh.
What is that? What is Loud House?
Nickelodeon, they have this thing called Loud House, and they have a character called Lincoln.
Lincoln? What's so special about Lincoln?
He's the only boy in the family.
He's the only boy?
Yeah.
Yep. Bunch of other girls.
Wow. Okay, Lincoln. All right. Okay, so mine is, what do you think makes a good friend? Oh man, I'm torn between loyalty and honesty. I think I'll go with honesty. Yeah. Maybe good communication. Man, it's so much different things. Good communication skills, fun, honest, loyal. I don't know. I think that makes a good friend.
Kindness.
Huh?
Kindness.
Kind, yeah. I mean, I have some friends that maybe not so kind, but they're still really funny. Okay, so the next one is, if you were a superhero, what would be your superpower? I think speed would be my superpower. I don't know. I like to go fast, like the Flash.
What about flying?
A lot of people say like they would like to fly, but the thing is, I feel like people would try to take advantage of me. That's a very like, it's a very like, open superpower. It's
Like because you don't have to like take any airplanes.
true, but if I could run fast enough, I could run to anywhere.
Sure.
And I feel like I would be able to run fast enough that nobody would see me. Versus like seeing me fly up in the sky and like, oh, let's just shoot that down, or let's do some experiments on that kid and see what's going on with him. Yeah, I think super speed would probably be my thing. All right, and that's 2 rounds. That's
Yes.
wow, that was interesting.
That was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. It was
I
actually
feel
really
like we know each other now, right, Amira?
Yes, AJ.
We will now take a short break to shout out our sponsor. Stay with us, and we will be right back.
boom.
You got a clock, you got a chair, you got some headphones.
Yep, we got that.
What about a stapler and printer?
Yep, we got that.
Do you have a floor mat too?
Yep, we got that.
Tell me you got some cables and a projector.
Yeah, we got that.
Right here,
Yeah, we got that.
Allbirds,
Yeah, we got that.
all that,
Yeah, we got that.
Allbirds.
Yeah, we got that.
Welcome back to Conversations with Our Kids. So, Mr. Smith, tell us, how did you become a professional photographer, and how long have you been doing this?
Okay, Mr. Smith. Sounds like my dad. But okay, so I've been a professional photographer since 2008. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty long time. Doesn't feel like a long time, but it probably is. I started when I was working at a company, commercial company, marketing company, sorry. I learned photography. They sent me out with a camera. They said, hey, look, just go out and shoot something, right? And I went and I messed up. It was awful. I think my pictures looked terrible. At that time, it wasn't like a phone. It was an actual like camera with a lens and everything. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I went out and made a lot of mistakes. When I came back, we talked to the client who I went to shoot for, and he was like, you know, this is really nice. He was really nice about it, right? He was like, this is really nice, but I think you should go a little wider. Like maybe you should shoot with like a wider lens because we couldn't see the stuff that we wanted to see to promote. So that's how I got into photography. Before that, I was actually doing videos, so like it wasn't like completely brand new to get into photography, you know? So that's how I got into it. I don't know, how much years is that? How much years is 2008 to now?
2009. Okay, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11.
Oh, you're literally counting. Because it's just go from 10 to 20, that's 10 years. 2 years, and probably like 3, that's 15 years. Yeah, there you go. That's it, 15 years. Sounds a little old, but okay.
So how do I become a pro photographer?
The thing is, in the industry, right? It's so much if you get paid for doing it. So if you get paid to be a photographer, if somebody says, "I'm gonna pay you," is on to you're basically a professional photographer. I would say the best thing to do is to practice, learn the techniques because everything is on YouTube. You could literally go on, how do I take photographs professionally?
Or be good
At photography, and they will teach you, you know, the exposure triangle, which is something that we as photographers use all the time.
good posture.
Good composition, which is how you frame things. Posture. Have you ever seen a photographer take pictures like at a wedding? And you see them doing this contorting thing. All they're doing is just trying to get a specific type of angle. It's not like that really adds to the photo. It just, sometimes we look a little silly. Like I would go down on the ground on my belly like a crocodile. It's very strange, but it's to get the angle.
What tools do I need to get into this career?
Oh, you need a camera first and foremost. It's changed so much because there are a lot of like iPhone photographers now. There are people who, you know, take pictures with the iPhone. You're one of them.
Last summer, me and we were driving my cousin back to the place that she was staying. She took a picture of this sunshine, of the sun
Sunset?
setting. And when we saw what happened, oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
Oh, it was lovely, right?
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah. The iPhone, like I'm not promoting just the iPhone because I think cameras like on phones are really, really good. The thing is though, they're very automatic. So if you're gonna get into photography, I would probably suggest you get a professional camera, a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. And all of these things you could search on Google and find. But those cameras give you so much more control to express your creative vision. Because when you use a camera phone, it's just everything is programmed in. You're not really making any like creative decisions other than where you point it. But if you get like a camera, then you could say, oh, you know, I want it to be darker. I want this, I want this to be like out of focus. You know, you get to make a lot more decisions. And when you're working professionally, you have to be able to control your instrument completely. Your instrument meaning your camera. So you need a camera. I would suggest you get like maybe a little light, a flash. You know, that would be great, and a tripod. That's usually the.
You mean those like small cameras?
They're not as small. They're not as small. They're a little like they could be a little big. But the tripod is something that holds the camera. Like it's like it has 3 legs, and you put it on top. The camera goes on top, and you take pictures. That's really important if you're gonna do like landscape stuff and take pictures of nature and stuff like that. You need that. Well, you should have it.
Tell us about your most favorite project that you've been working on so far.
My most favorite project. I think there might be a tie. Okay, in my business, sometimes you do work for people, and sometimes you do like creative work for yourself. And I really like those creative works. So my company, at least once or twice a year, we would do something fun. The last thing I think we did was we did this monster truck like video. Yeah, it's cool, right? And
I kind of want to see
Well,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you after. But basically, it's like we made a monster truck like come to life and gave it personality and filmed it doing some interesting stuff. So it was fun for me, and I like being able to have like no boundaries in creating stuff and being an artist.
What
So-
do you think you might do this year, though?
Oh man, do I want to say this? I guess I'll say it. This year I want to like create a short film. I did one before, but I want to do another one, and I want this one to be a lot more, interesting, a lot more thrilling.
Okay. I'm asking this one for my female listeners.
Wow.
Why do you think there aren't many female photographers here in St. Kitts?
I think sometimes people like our culture kind of labels certain jobs for certain people. When I started in photography, there were only male photographers, right? But that's changing because I've trained 3 female photographers so far.
Yeah, because I was about to ask if you have some.
Yeah, we've trained, and they're pretty good. Like there's the thing with doing photography is that nobody really cares if you're male or female. Like as long as the pictures look great, people are like, yeah, I'll work with you. So it's changing. It's still dominated by men, but it's not dominated where there are no women, and I think that's a really good direction to be going in.
How can Amira and other girls get into it if they are interested?
Listen, just start taking pictures, man. All of us have a phone. Take pictures, get better at taking pictures, start there. And when you're ready to make an investment, invest in a camera that you can have a little bit more control over. Do the research, go on YouTube, find out how to shoot, the basics, the fundamentals of shooting. Amira could do that. Amira, yeah, man, you could look at Amira and say she's going to be amazing if she does that. So, again, all you have to do the research, find out how to do it properly, because there are techniques that you could use. And just start taking pictures. Like, you're going to get better if you do it a lot. You're going to get a lot better if you do it a lot. It's just like practicing anything. Like, you can't be a great footballer if you never play football, right?
True.
Yeah. And there's nobody stopping you from being a photographer as a woman. There's nobody saying, you shall not pass. No, there's absolutely nobody doing that, right? It might be a little challenging, but it's even challenging if you're a guy. Like, getting into the market is difficult. Sometimes because there are other people who already do it and they already have clients. But yeah, you could do it, Amira. I say go for it.
Name one person you would like the opportunity to photograph.
One person I would love the opportunity to photograph. Oh man, there's so much ties in my head right now. I would love to photograph Idris Elba, but I would also love to photograph Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana. Have you guys watched Avatar? I think she was in Avatar. Oh yeah,
like
she
the
was
new Avatar?
both. She was in both of them. She was the love interest. Could I say that? In the first one, she was also a warrior. She also acted a bunch of other films, Losers and. You guys probably don't know any of those stories. She's I think it's Gamora in the Avengers movies on the Guardians of the Galaxy. She always acts things that she has to paint her face though. I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, but I would love to. But you guys know who Idris Elba is.
Yeah.
Okay, great, super. You don't. But yeah, those 2 people I would probably love to photograph them. Even though you guys don't know who they are.
Wait, I actually want to add another question.
Go ahead.
Have you ever photographed like somebody in sports?
Yes, I have actually. I've photographed like Delwayne Delaney, and a few others actually. But Delwayne came to mind because I think he was the last person I did. He's a track. He's right now he's a coach, and an activist, and he's a really cool guy. But he used to run track. I think he was one of the relay guys for St. Kitts at one point. The 100-meter relay, I think he ran at the Olympic level. So he's a pretty accomplished guy. Yeah.
Do you think you might try to do Kim Collins?
That would be, yes, why not? That sounds fun. Kim Collins, I've spoken to him a few times, and he's a very very interesting guy. Very interesting, like to talk to. Very interesting guy. So yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Any last tips or advice you want to share with kids who might be interested in this career?
As I said before, just go for it. Look, photography is absolutely one of the most amazing, fulfilling jobs. It gives you the chance. It's challenging. It's not always easy, so you always feel like you have to be on your tip of your toes. You could take a photograph a million ways, and there's really no quote-unquote wrong way as long as it falls under what you want it to do. If you want to take a photograph that's darker, you could do that. If you want to take a photograph from above in the sky, you could do that. If you want to take a photograph underwater, you could do that. You know what I mean? You could put a light over here. You could take out all the lights. There's so much ways. It's like you could express yourself in anywhere, and when you're finished, you have proof that you did it. Like, it's like a time machine. Like, that's why people hire photographers for weddings, because you freeze the moment forever, and they could always look back and feel the same feelings. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Videos too for weddings?
Videos as well, yeah. Videos are a little bit more technically challenging sometimes, but yeah, videos. I love cinematography as well. That's what we call people who do videos.
Okay.
Cinematographer. That sounds like a big word. That's a big word? No, it's not a big word. Cinematographers is great. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Smith of Blue Torch Productions, for joining us today on our show and telling us all about being a professional photographer. We really appreciate you being on the show today.
Lovely.
We hope other kids got some good insights on being what it takes to be a professional photographer. I have been your host for today, Amira.
And I am AJ. Thank you for listening, everyone. Tune in next week, Saturday at 10 a.m. on Win FM 98.9.
And Win Media SKN for more conversations with our kids.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Harper.
You got a clock, you got a chair, you got some headphones.
Yep, we got that.
What about a stapler and printer?
Yep, we got that.
Do you have a floor mat too?
Yep, we got that.
Tell me you got some cables and a projector.